know that Cole Davies won. I almost forgot his name. We know that Cole Davies won, but I want to talk about Cody Schock and Simonson. I'm drinking coffee. It's slowly kicking in. Let's take it from the top. What is going on, YouTube? Tyler here with False Neutral Media, alongside me, the co-host, my brother Trevor, and we just had Detroit. What a fucking show. Let's get into it. 250s. Cole Davies, congratulations. But what I want to talk about is the biggest talk of the night at Detroit. I want to talk about Simonson and Cody Schock.
Simonson needs to buy all of the lottery tickets.
Agreed.
I would pay good money to see what the mechanics area looked like. Me personally, I think it was one of those, hey, this is the best either of us have done pretty much all season. And you're just going to ride me all the way to the left-hand side before a triple? Some would be like, yeah, that's a rough move. I'm like, that's trying to fucking kill somebody. Like, that's attempted fucking homicide.
Right?
Like there's somewhere I'm like, oh, he took him pretty high. When you're battling your teammate and pushing him into the hay bales on the takeoff of a triple, I got to know what's going on in the paddock, dude. But also, Simonson turning into Kevin Windham.
Dude.
Immediately.
In the air.
Like, I hope there's a transfer here. Literally, if he had been anywhere else on the track, landed anywhere else on the track, prime position to be hit by the bikes jumping over him as he landed underneath. I felt like I was watching something at like the circus where you had dudes smoking cigarettes and riding in those like iron domes. You get what I mean? Just being like, yeah, fuck it. But watching him get right back to where he was before any flags could be thrown or anything, we haven't heard, to my knowledge, of any penalties. Because I think the AMA is just like, do we penalize him for cutting 3 parts of the track to get back to where
to redo the freaking right
crashing
corner? Yeah.
And nobody getting harmed? Or do we let it ride? But you see him go over the triple. Not only is it scary to be like, that just happened to me, he never lets off, hops back and hits the very same jump that just kicked him that way. And what does he do? He looks to the side for fucking Schock.
Dude, so pissed. Yeah. Where the fuck is he? No, I like just doing that in split decision within milliseconds in the air. Like, I'm going to land here. Oh, sick. No one hit me. Okay, I'm going to jump back in. Like, and I think the only penalties it would, if he got any, which, like you said, I don't think he's going to get, that was too beautiful and full of like just amazing luck. But when he did jump in the second time for that other transfer, he made think of Kevin Windham for sure. With all the transfers going on, but he did not look back when he jumped in. I think that's the only thing they would kind of cite him on. But
I mean, he didn't cause any accidents.
No, not at all. So I think it was
the fact that Cody Schock didn't get, to my knowledge, anything.
Yeah.
From what I've heard, I haven't heard anything, but when I went through my heart surgery, my friend James gave me this sweatshirt, and I'm wearing it on behalf of Simonson.
I live, bitch.
Because that's what he did. That was fucking crazy. In all my years of watching racing and stuff, that was insane. That reminded me of the Catapult. But if Chad had been like, turn down whip and land on the backside. Because it also was like, dude, these weren't lappers that are way back. These guys were in contention.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't have time to be like, oh, that was kind of sketchy. Better pull off. He's like, fuck, I was doing hella good. Jumps right back in.
My own fucking teammate. That's the thing. It's like, Cody, what are you fucking doing?
Right. And
What are you doing?
I think that's my thing is like when Cody did it also, he goes off of the triple and he's like fucked up, like lopsided from riding so aggressive. But not once in the air is he like, is Simonson good? And it's like, I'm not gonna lie, dude. I get it that when you're on the gate, the team falls away and it's kind of just you. But honestly, dog, what the fuck was that?
Yeah.
Like, that is the like Deegan taking out his possible championship contender in Cole Davies in the berm. We can get that. Your teammate, in which you both aren't in contention for the champ, the best you've done so far.
Yeah.
And you're going to almost end not just the night, but a possible career for each of you. It seemed like a really stupid, aggressive move that didn't need to happen and ended up fucking over one of their nights pretty bad.
Yeah. No, I agree. I'm just glad that both riders are okay. I wish, obviously, no one wishes that to happen, but you know what? Like you said, he should definitely go after some lotto tickets and you know, take some of that good luck and use it. But no, I thought I thought the track was gnarly. Those whoops were absolutely insane. Taking out, I mean, Nate Thrasher, who was doing really good on the night, and
Dudney.
also Dudney. And
Dude,
I
that
think a
was
few
brutal.
others. Evan Ferry is all over the TV now. Good for him. He was doing good, and he
wish it
saved
wasn't in the light. Yeah, I wish
yeah.
it wasn't in the light he's in. But
Yeah.
showing him for about 5 seconds with his legs off the bike, trying to keep going and pull up. I was like, at some point we have to realize that broadcasting this is cruel. He's had a great race, and you're only showing when he's like,
Yeah,
and
all
I
over
was
the
like,
place.
my boy's catching strays left and right.
Yeah. No, I thought it was good. And let's talk Seth Haymaker for a bit too, because he also had an amazing night and also a bummer night. Because he also went down as well. Not too, I don't think he went down too bad, but I feel like he hit that knee pretty good on the face of that landing. But yeah, let's talk Haymaker. What'd you think on his performance and towards the end of the night?
I was impressed. I was impressed with his riding. And I commented to you watching it, I was like, it is so crazy to be Cody Shock and witness Seth Hamaker fundamentally just eat dirt. Just hard ass crash in front of you. And then a few moments later, he's on your ass and passing you. It's like, that's got to be a phenomenon.
Yeah.
Right? I haven't raced in a long time. And I've had my fair share of like, that was crazy. That guy ate shit. And then they pass you 2 laps later and you're like, that's fucked up. I'm slow as fuck. But this was just a testament of like Seth Hamaker being like, dude, I gotta rip and tear and fight for every fucking point with these guys.
Yeah.
Right. I was also impressed with Nicholas Romano's riding, the PC Kawasaki team that's out there right now. Their 450 counterparts, one of them was doing good, and the other we'll get to it. We'll get to it.
That's 450s.
I think the big part, though, is if I'm being so real.
Be real.
This track was eating people alive. This track was Jaws under the water, and they were like, night swim sounds good. It was fucking claiming lives.
Yeah.
It was brutal. Watching the crash and those whoops. Now, I'm going to be real, and correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not used to seeing brutal whoops where the last couple are completely different sizes and one of them's more prominent on one side than the other. And it seemed to have this like black hole that would just suck people in towards like the last 5.
Yeah.
And like first we watched Dudney get absolutely destroyed immediately by them. Then we're seeing like right after he did that, Ricky even commentated and was like, yeah, I was talking to Hunter earlier and he said that was going to be pretty difficult. And I was like, ah, so we've noticed Chekhov's shotgun on the mantelpiece. By the end of the night, it will be fired,
Yeah.
right? We've hinted to what's going to happen to Hunter Lawrence. Ricky, for that moment, whatever he's doing in the booth, right, locks into the Oracle of Delphi and goes, yeah, talk to Hunter, and he wasn't really excited about the whoops. And Hunter's on the start going, I can do this. And the whoops are like, ah. We started to see that some unknown names survived this track, right? Henry Miller getting top 5 in the main. He's got to be fucking losing his mind this week, being like, all this talk about privateers. Crazy. Top 5, baby.
Bogle.
Right? You've got Bogle, right? Is doing tricks and stuff over the finish line.
What the
We've got Derek Kelly, right?
Yeah.
Winning his LCQ, top 10 in the main, baby. Wins his LCQ and goes, I'm just happy to be here. Top 10 in the main from an LCQ win. Dude's got to be feeling on top of the earth.
Jaeger bombs all night after that, for sure.
Now that came at the expense of like Nate Thrasher, Casey Cochran, Devin Simonson, Caden Dudney, right? All of them kind of dropped down, but it allowed a bunch of people we don't normally see kind of have the race of their lives, right?
Yeah.
And they're like,
I'm making money tonight.
Yeah, some of them being like, the sponsors better be on the phone when I'm off. I need that money.
Yeah. I need that money straight to St. Louis.
SpongeBob me boy, give me $1.
Oh my God. Jeez. But no, yeah, I thought it was awesome racing. Joe Shimoda looking a little cautious. I feel a little more cautious on the bike, especially after that crash that he had at Daytona in the sand when, I mean, we even mentioned it. It just, that the neck is so crucial. So I think he's just trying to get those points and stay up top as much as he can, get those points for SMX.
To defend his title. Right?
To defend the title and just make it by. I think he knows, hey, Davies is here, Seth's here. They're on a whole different level right now. I tried that crash, probably did like a little, like sent him backwards, maybe a couple steps. And also just makes him feel a little, hesitant to bring out that full competitive nature of his. But no, I think he's still riding super good. I think we're going to still see Joe coming up more and more as the season goes on, especially for SMX.
Mm-hmm. I think the other thing is when it comes to defending titles, right? Joe Shimoda is not defending a Supercross or an outdoor title. He is defending the title of consistency throughout all of them. The way I see it, and I want to talk about this with another pro in the 450 class that I think was also kind of playing the numbers game and understanding consistency. That track had the ability to end your fucking night. It was ending a lot of people's nights. So it was imperative, right, to look at the board, see what your mechanic's throwing up on the board, tracking where everybody's at, because at the end of this, right, the points changed. Everything sort of changed for the 450 class, right? But in the 250 class, Joe Shimoda's thinking, I'm defending the SMX next, or the SMX overall championship, right?
Correct, yeah.
So when he's defending that title, it's, okay, I want to stay with consistency. right? Getting a third on the night keeps him in that consistency, right?
Absolutely.
But now Cole Davies is now a threat to the SMX title because he's now showing that he has what it takes to put together stacked wins and sweeps,
Yeah.
right? So now that he's showing that potential, his stats are looking fucking great, right? He's riding a lot more like Yamaha, like Monster Energy Yamaha's Jet Lawrence. He doesn't ride like Hayden Deegan, and how Hayden kind of has more loose and more chaotic style. Cole Davies is hitting the whips faster than I believe the 450 dudes are even
The
hitting it.
whoops.
Like
Yeah.
the dudes, what did I say? Whips?
Yeah. The whips.
I'm talking super fast. But he's hitting the whoops faster than most people on the track, right?
Absolutely. I
So
think
it
all,
is
even 450s included. He's
right.
the fastest
So,
man alive on whoop-de-doos.
and we saw his pass on Hammaker. He definitely could have, retained the speed, slammed into him, and taken the lead. But we saw not only did he blitz past a lapper and past Hammaker to get to that inside, he still had perfect control, stood up, rebalanced his position,
Yep.
moved his bike from contacting Hammakers, right? Gave them plenty of space, showed that he was there, stood up, empowered through the corner, making a clean pass, showing I don't need to race super dirty for me to get up there. He was smooth, he was quick, and he capitalized on everything he needed to do. So I think Joe Shimoda recognizing that, and maybe even if he felt slightly off, goes, I'm
Yeah.
going to bring home a third. I'm going to retain the points because that's what the game is.
Yep.
So that's what I think we were witnessing with Shimoda. But I would also agree with you. Any sort of crash, any sort of riding that he's doing now coming back from his neck, the neck's going to give you neck pain, shoulder pain, all the way down to your back pain, depending on what the injury entails, depending on how you crash and the bruising or just the wear and tear of riding. Yeah,
Yeah.
man, you're going to feel sore. That track was not for the weak. It wouldn't surprise me if Joe was like, if I ride in over my head, I risk losing everything. I'm just going
Yeah.
to kind of, and I hate saying this where it's like, I'm going to phone it in, but it's like, sometimes you have to. Sometimes you just have to go, I'm going to just take third and do what I can.
Yeah. No, I agree. And I perfect example of just how we're seeing Cole Davies improve each race, by just like you said, showing Haymaker, hey, I'm here, doing it respectfully, almost like if he's preparing himself for the premier class and how they ride. So I just the progress that we're seeing with both Davies and Handmaker has just been honestly awesome. And it's hard to root for just one rider this season because a lot of our favorite riders are up there. We got guys that we know at our local tracks trying to come up there and really show even the AMA and the fans, everyone like that, they want to be here in it. But I'm ready to talk about some 450s. If we miss anything with the 250s, definitely
No. The only thing I would say is right now the points are still close, and we're heading into the East-West showdown like next week in St. Louis. So we've got Cole Davies going, give me another chance.
Yep.
Right. He's put together some great rounds after, and he's going, okay, now I want to get the win on my own terms.
Yes.
Right. The only problem, and we know this with Cole Davies, is starts. But the boon to him is same with Deegan. Sometimes Deegan gets some pretty bad starts.
Yeah.
But if they both get bad starts, we know Deegan can put it together a lot faster and a lot more aggressive than Davies. So it'll be interesting to see what happens next week. But right now, Seth Hammaker is just sitting behind by like 9 points.
Yeah.
Right.
Staying consistent.
Right
healthy.
Right below him, 5 points behind him is Joe Shimoda in third, with Cole Davies in first with 114.
Yeah.
So going into this, it's like we could really see something happen, right? Pierce Brown didn't race, right? We'll see if he's doing anywhere near coming back. But
Yeah, I haven't
yeah,
heard
I
anything.
think
It sucks.
yeah. But I think those three are who we're looking at in terms
Yep.
of championship. If Cole Davies keeps putting it together, I think he's going to walk away with it. But I think Seth Hamaker is trying to prove that it's like, I can do this, right? Fourth, first, third, and second. I'm just making sure that I can stay with the pace, and he can. So if he can battle with Davies in the early round, or in the early minutes of the main, then hopefully he can pull something together. But you have the entire West Coast that's going to give him a run for his money. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, and then before going into the 450 class, I need to do some checking and seeing what's been going on with Max Anstey as well, because we haven't seen him. I think he's on the West Coast, but
He's on West Coast. Yeah. He
yeah.
was in 7th in Birmingham.
Oh, so he did. Okay, yeah.
Mhm.
I for some reason I don't think we talked about
I
him that
think
much, or
he
'cause he's
crashed in the showdown in the main, if I'm
gotcha.
not mistaken.
Yeah, well, I mean, I hope he's doing good just from what he was saying in the beginning of the season after, putting up a fight after the FIM Super World Supercross. Just he wasn't able to breathe and stuff, and fully he was coughing a lot. So I hope he's doing good. And we start seeing him, especially for this weekend at the showdown, bring that game back, because I still think he is a great contender. I know it's a little late in the game for him now, but I hope we see a little bit more from him going into outdoors and SMX, and hopefully he's good. But I'll tell you who was looking good. That number 4,
Yeah.
Cowie,
Yeah.
Chase Sexton. He was looking pretty good. Pretty damn good. I'm not going to lie, coming back. I mean, I probably would too if I had 4 races off, but
We don't know what he was doing in the off time. We don't know if he was recovering from the injury with his back that he sustained in practice. I think my thing is, like, we don't really know what's happening,
yeah.
right? We can talk about it. We can assume. But at the end of the day, they're just going to tell us whatever they want to tell us, and they're going to do whatever they're doing, right? Chase Sexton's back. I did think there was some interesting tactics that happened with Marchbanks. And first, I want to get your opinion on it, and I'll give my 2 cents. But what did you think about that interaction between the two of them?
For the first lap, going into that section, I think Chase didn't have to run him that high. I think you're also going to agree with me there, but I mean, it looked like it could have been fine, but Chase kept coming a little bit to the outside, rubbing up against Marchbanks there, kind of shutting the door a little bit because it cut off his throttle. At least that's what it looks like to me. I think it, like, Garrett could have given it more gas. We've seen these riders in tight positions like this. They've grown up from minis all the way to where they're at now in those circumstances. So I think he could have, tried a little bit more to double that, even given the circumstance. That's just my take. So I want to hear what your take is, but it was just very unfortunate that happened, taking out that other rider as well. That was pretty nasty, just getting that back tire straight to the helmet and chest. I would be fucking gasping for air after that one. And I'm glad that none of the riders got obviously seriously more hurt. And that was like the best case scenario. It's unfortunate, but I think Marchbanks could have avoided that a little better. And I know he didn't have that much room, so I want to hear, like, kind of your take on it as well.
So it's interesting, right? I look at the fact that Chase has missed 3 rounds, right? And he's come back, right? And he's in 6th in points, right? He's still above Marchbanks by leagues, right? Even though Marchbanks has been in every round. I think when you're in the first 50 seconds, right? Your first lap. I don't even know why I say it like that. First lap, it's a blur, right?
Yeah.
So I'm going to give Chase the benefit of the doubt. However, like when you look at it from different angles, it's not that the bikes are rubbing together. Chase is spread out to where his arm is shoving Marchbank's arm.
Yes.
So it's like if somebody's pushing on your arm, right, and it's getting folded this way, when you're about to hit a rhythm section where you need perfect throttle control and it's not as immediate because it's here and not here from an aggressive standpoint where you can control. Obviously, Garrett Marchbanks didn't, I think he checked up and was like, hey, go ahead, right?
I agree on
And
that. Yeah.
when he checked up, Sexton went, I'm going to keep pushing. In my opinion, I think it's just Chase coming back and being really aggressive to show, like, hey, dude, I can still keep the pace. But it's
Against
also
his
this.
teammate, though. Yeah.
But it's also this, not just against a teammate. We get it, Chase. Like, you're fast. You didn't have to take him that high. If you believe you're faster than these guys, it's the same thing that I say to anybody who I believe has the speed to win. You don't have to do that on the first lap and endanger everybody around you, because Leitzel didn't sign up for you to do that. Marchbanks didn't sign up for you to do that. And at the end of the day, that's 3 Kawasaki's involved in one first lap incident that kind of fucked up Marchbanks' entire night. It definitely fucked up Leitzel's night, right?
Yeah.
So it's one of those, like, it is a bummer, but I chalk it up to it's an aggressive race accident that I hope some people at Cowie were like, we get it that you are up in the top 10 of points in terms of championship.
Yeah.
We're also not trying to have to replace Marchbanks because he's broken his ankle or crashed it. Kawasaki's already trying to replace a plethora of riders, right? We've got Nick Romano on the 250s coming in for Drew Adams. Like, there's so many things happening to where I guarantee you Kawasaki's going, please, we're just trying to put points
For
on
the
the board.
love of God.
Let's not. And our little satellite teams are also getting the fucking brunt of this. Like, let's come on.
Yeah.
So I think it is one of those, like, just trying to put it together and maybe was a bit too aggressive and it ended up costing other people, right? But I agree with you. Chase Sexton looked good throughout the entire heat and all throughout the main event. But I'm sorry, dude. Detroit Rock City has now been named Detroit Roxon City, brother. The man was on fire.
Yep.
He's been on it, consistent as much as he possibly can be, except for that interaction with Hunter in what's it called? Was it in Seattle when he got cleaned out?
Oh
If I'm
God.
not
Yeah. That was
mistaken.
like in the beginning of the.
Yeah, a couple rounds ago.
A lot of rounds
Unless
ago.
unless it was in Indianapolis. I think it was in Indianapolis.
Shit, it could have been A2.
I want to say it was in Indy where Hunter Lawrence, I want to say it was when Hunter Lawrence went on to win.
Hey, I know what we could say. It was in the beginning, towards the beginning of this season.
Earlier in the season.
Yeah.
Right. But when you look at it, like, Roxon has tried his best to be as consistent as possible. And, like, looking at Hunter, he's trying to be as consistent as possible. Same with Tomac. So you've got these 3 all within that sphere of battling for the end of this championship.
Yeah.
But watching Ken Roxon claim the main and be like, let's go. I was excited because Kenny's never had this Supercross championship, and if he gets it, I'll be very happy. But right now, I think you've got Eli and Hunter playing this mind game.
Yeah.
So I want to ask you for the 450s, who was surprising you? What did you find interesting about it?
For the surprise, who surprised me the most, I have to say Malcolm Stewart, and I believe you have, like I have stated, you have called him in the wild card almost every time this year. Surprisingly, I didn't this year, knowing last season and how good he did. But I think you called it. You had it, even good picks. The one that I found interesting, the one thing that I found interesting would have to be Eli Tomac. He looked uncomfortable. It looked like the bike just wasn't flowing with the track, knowing full well the track was just insane, like we've talked about. But I don't think his bike was ready, and I think you agreed on that as well. But that's kind of like the interesting aspect from the night.
Yeah, I think in regards to Eli, it's that interesting thing where, like, I'm talking about the numbers game and the points. If Eli notices Hunter go down in the whoops, right,
Mm-hmm.
and passes him, then he goes, okay, if he's dropping back and we're finding out he's in the pits, right? Mechanics are watching him go into the pits. If I'm Eli Tomac and I'm already, like Joe Shimoda, I'm already feeling a little off with this track, I'm phoning it in to save the championship points.
Yeah.
His best lap was almost a second slower than everybody else's pace. His best lap. I think that was Eli going, I know when I'm comfortable and I know when I'm not. I'm not feeling very comfortable right now. Right?
Yeah.
For instance, you had Jorge Prado. Got the whole shot, got lapped, right? Ended in 13. So maybe it was the fact that the KTMs, they were like, we're just not vibing with this track. It seemed like both of them were and Jorge was out in front for a little bit.
Well, he also got taken out.
But also got taken out.
Yeah.
Right? So it's one of those, this track was a difficult track to pass on. It was a difficult track overall. And I think a lot of main people were like, I'm not feeling super comfy here.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to ride safe, right? And I will say, man, Paul Webb made his return.
I was just gonna say, riding Paul safe. Webb. How about Paul Webb here? Oh my God, with Prado.
I love when we were looking at, and I paused it right as you see the trajectory. Here's Prado. Here's the corner, right? It's coming here. It's coming here. Here's Cooper Webb. And it's like, where are you going, brother?
Fucking launching this berm like no other.
The turns that way. And he goes, we're taking this Yamaha to the fucking
I want to get into some body English. Body USA, bitch. Like,
Cooper Webb's like, English, American. Right. It's just like, good God, man. But I think the other thing is I've seen people be like, so is anybody going to get mad at Cooper Webb? And I'm like,
fuck no.
Yeah. But nobody's mad. But like, I'll say it, brother, this isn't the first time you've gotten aggressive in the first couple laps and been like, I have an awesome plan. It's skyrocketing at you as fast as possible. He sees a KTM and he goes, it's either Plessinger or Prado. I see a P in orange and I'm firing. Like,
absolutely,
all saw was the orange and saw the P on the back of the jersey and went,
I want to get in the mix with some fucking drama right now. No, that was funny. I thought it was funny.
Just looks at Prado and goes, target acquired.
Right.
Like, it was insane.
Launching him into next week is a go.
But that's the thing, dude, is I think everybody was feeling a little bit off, right? I think everybody was feeling off. But Ken Roxon was like, I don't care. I'm moving. So thought was great. I thought Chase Sexton also did well.
Yep.
Malcolm Stewart reigning in a podium position.
Mookie.
Pretty happy with the podium. And we'll see if Chase can pull it together and get a victory next week, or if Hunter and Tomac are going to want to put a statement. But that's kind of how I felt about the 450 class.
And before we wrap up here, what are your picks? 250 and 450. We got the showdown. So East, West.
250, I believe, next weekend for the shootout. I would like Davies to win, but I'm going to give it to Hayden because I think he's just going to be more aggressive and he's going to want to show that he doesn't need to get docked, right? But you also have Cole Davies wanting to say, I beat you fair and square.
Yep.
And I think third rounding that out, I think it'll go Hayden, Davies, Hammaker, and I think my wild card for that one would probably be Joe Shimoda.
Okay.
Because I think he's going to use it to try and get as many points as he possibly can for SMX, because I think that's the goal.
Yeah.
That's my picks for 250.
And for mine for 250, I think the same thing. I think Hayden is gonna take it, but you know what? You pick Hayden. I'm gonna go for Davies. I'll go for Cole Davies. I think Cole Davies is really gonna bring the heat. I haven't seen the track layout, so I am hoping if it has more than one whoop section, I think Davies will bring that heat. It'll gain him a lot of time on the track and give us probably a great battle. Even if they get a mid start, both riders, Hayden and Cole. So even if they get a mid pack start or, top 5 start, I want to see that battle because they're going to push it all the way to the top. Cole is looking absolutely dangerous. And I think Hayden will be in second. Third place, Seth Haymaker. And my my wild card is going to be, I'm gonna say Joe, but I feel with the classes combining, he's gonna be, a top 5. You know what? No, I'm going to give Joe the benefit of doubt as well.
I think the only other person I'd slide into that wild card position is Levi Kitchen, because he's had some time off to train and work on starts and stuff. So if Levi Kitchen can pull it together, I think he can slide in there if Joe's still feeling a bit under the weather. But I think even Levi Kitchen's going to have some trouble with Joe because Joe just knows how to race smart. So I think
I forgot about Kitchen.
I think that's the top 5. I think we're looking at the top 5 there.
Absolutely. I think so too. And if all 5 of these guys are up front, or, all 6 of them, it could be anyone's game and play the Cooper Webb, race IQ, waiting for their chance to even get a double pass. It could even come down to the last corner. I'm excited to what we get to see, especially after the round they had at Birmingham. So I'm stoked. My picks for the 450, I'm honestly going to I'm gonna have to say Kenny. I think Kenny is gonna take first. Then it's going to be Hunter. It's so hard. I think Kenny's gonna take it. Hunter, Tomac, and my wild card is probably gonna have to be Webb. Paul Webb, baby.
Paul Webb. I think for 450s, I'm gonna go Tomac, Hunter Lawrence. Third place is going to be Ken Roxon. Wild card pick is going to be Chase Sexton.
It is hard to pick.
Well, the reason I say that is now that Tomac's got the red plate back, he's not going to want to give that up, and he's going to give it 110.
I agree.
If he can do 110 and he can keep it on 2 wheels and he's comfortable, it's going to be a dogfight.
Yeah.
I think Chase Sexton's kind of getting points for SMX and trying to feel out the bike before he hits, because I think they're all going, this Supercross title is important, but when Jet and Hunt and Hayden line up, that's going to be important for everybody. It's going to be everybody in the sport watching. So I think right now, Chase Sexton, the reason I put him at wild card, one, we're known for seeing a very bright light before it's extinguished real quick.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that Chase can put it together, but considering consistency, I have to put Eli Tomac there. I have to put Hunter Lawrence there, and I have to put Ken Roczen there. My saying that Chase Sexton's going to be the wild card is you put Chase Sexton against Cooper Webb, and he's going to make it happen. That's my reasoning for it. I think Cooper Webb will round out the top 5 for sure, though.
Yeah, especially if he turns into Paul Webb, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, if we, like I said, we get one with a lot of whoops, I'm excited to see I am excited for both classes just because it has been interesting this whole year. And yeah, I'm excited. So East West Showdown, we are ready for it this weekend. Cannot wait. But yeah, I think that's gonna do it. We are off to St. Louis. This is False Neutral. Leave a like, leave a comment. Let us know in the comments what you guys thought of all the crazy shenanigans that happen at Detroit. And let us know what you guys are thinking for St. Louis, especially with the 250 class. We will see you after St. Louis. Thank you for tuning in. Peace.